Hey everyone, welcome to Riding Out in the Homestead. Tonight's topic is going to be container gardens for patios and inside the home. So let's step down here and meet everybody. And hey! So Uncle Al slipped out here for a second. And of course, everybody should know Dave from Southern Ohio Prepping. And our
I'm a figment of y'all's imagination.
And our special guest tonight down here, Tasha, Mama Bear Prepping. If you haven't subscribed to anyone's channels here that's on the panel here, please let me put it up here. Boom, there we go. Show support for our panelists. Join their channels too. Good information. Tasha puts out a video every day at 2:30 Pacific time. 2 Pacific time. So, and she had a good one today on supplies for female preppers.
Yep.
All righty. So,
somebody else put one out today for lady preppers too.
Oh, really?
Yes, Mr.
Ooh.
Steve at Corsair Trainers.
His was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Was it yesterday? Oh, I got the notice today. So I'm a day late.
You got the notice today, yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and his was so funny. He threw probably about 4 or 5 of his little blackout screens that says "language break" because he was getting about the guys not being doing stuff. So, and of course we have Uncle Al here, Die Bullfrog 79.
Well,
so
welcome, Moose Girl.
Let's take a look at everybody here and see who all's here. Do a little roll call for the side chat.
Be gentle. Be gentle. You have a newcomer in their chat there, so be very gentle.
I got a couple in the chat. I noticed. We have Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. You want to learn about gardening? Howie is the guy to see.
Howie's awesome.
And I froze again, which is really weird because I was across the street with the grandkids watching Frozen today. Anyways, okay, so we have Harry Christ is here, CR, Creative Redundancy from north of the border. And chatting, Brenda Duncan, 1900 Homestead is here. Michelle P. And Kaylin Strain. You want to know about MREs? Kaylin reviews MREs from around the world. And she just got some new ones in a mail call today. So that'll be coming out here shortly. Okay. Hi, everyone. Fishes and Loaves. Carol's here. Butch at Sand Hollow Homestead. Christy Betts. And Christy, I'm just trying to I'm not going too fast. Mary Beth Smith is here. Prayers for Mary Beth. She suffered a loss very recently. We got Moose Gal's Corner. Hey. Saltwater Born. Hello. And we got 2 new names I haven't seen there. Red Fire's Burning. Hey, how's it going, Red?
Please smash the like button gently.
Yeah.
Gently.
And don't break your monitor like Dave did in his funny video.
Don't break the monitor. I got to replace it already.
Everybody's over there talking to each other. Make friends. Some of those channels in the side chat, great channels to subscribe in, give you good information. So if you're not subscribed to anybody on the panel here or in the side chat, check them out. Great bunch of people here. So let's get on.
You probably missed CR's comment. Moose Gal is one of his friends who wants to get into gardening and would like to learn lots more.
That's
an
awesome.
overload, let's give her information overload.
All right.
So she comes back next week to learn more.
Yeah. So Moose Gal, we have just so you know, Tasha, you point in right now. Yeah, is a new person, a newbie to gardening too.
Very new.
And so she's here to share what she has done, her successes, and any ubugu she's had.
Yeah.
So,
and we can also recommend a few other channels as well.
Yes, there are some. I was hoping that Martha would be here from Old School Preppers. So the Moose Girl.
Cool.
Old School Prepper is another great channel.
Hey,
Martha, all sorts of good stuff. Oh, Ginger Ninja's in the house. Woohoo!
Hi, Ginger.
I'm gonna make Ginger Ninja leave Courtney and become my #1 fan.
See, I'm
Alrighty,
fortunate. I don't have nobody fighting to be my #1 fan. I am very fortunate.
You still got me, Dave.
I've got everybody. You're all equal in my book.
All right, so let's slide over here and let's get started. And before I go to the next slide, so as Moose Girl is here to learn more, if you know someone out there who would like to learn more, or, if you're new here, if you just found it, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, and like the video. Share this out to all your friends who need to know about gardening, because this year everybody should be trying to grow something.
Oh, Gil. You're falling into the social media bandwidth. We're going to have to send you a lifeline and pull you back out.
I think we need to get this out there so that because the more people that grow food, the better it will be for everyone.
Well,
all right, so,
the more that grow food, the less victims there'll be.
And the more money they'll save, they can do for other things.
Yes.
No, they won't. They'll still be stupid.
No. Someone like Moose Girl here who's wanting to learn, she won't be stupid.
I'm referring to 90% of the people that I know. Most of the people down here drink and do drugs, and even if they grew a garden, they'd probably kill 90% and still smoke the rest.
True.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop that banner first.
Thank you.
Boop. There we go. Go back to comments. And Michelle, you won't kill everything, Michelle.
I didn't.
All righty.
You won't.
Yeah.
No, the only person that has 100% accuracy on killing everything he grows is me. My mom could take a dead plant and bring it back to life. I could take a live plant and it goes dead quick.
Aww.
I do not have a green thumb.
I do. Also have 10 other fingers that are green.
Aw.
And this meal is from food storage and from my garden, folks. Mushrooms. This is from the bigger garden. I never show that.
Oh, show us again.
Eggplant, mushrooms, and Ralph for the baby cow that I shot and killed and butchered.
Yes.
You said the one word that just you killed it right there.
What?
Eggplant.
Mushrooms?
Eggplant.
Oh,
Baby cow?
eggplant's good.
Eggplant.
Yeah,
Nobody likes eggplants. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go watch Kentucky Ballistics. You'll understand what I'm saying about eggplants.
I love eggplant. I grow 3 different varieties. I grow Japanese, American Beauty, and I grow the Italian one to make lasagna.
No,
I
go
make a
watch
mean
Kentucky
lasagna.
Ballistics.
Fancy.
All righty. So, Fish is throwing eggplants up there for you.
I can't, Carol.
She's about to make me go pull out my new toy.
Wait until Tuesday, folks.
Yeah, check his video out. He put out on his new toy. All right.
Wait until Monday. Monday comes out a new one.
Yeah. So yeah, we have. When most people think about containers and stuff or gardening, they think about a lot of these here, the terracotta tile ones and stuff. And over on the far right here is one of the old ones I haven't seen in years. It's basically a metal tub that's been painted. And
I have one of those.
I know they're starting to make a comeback. And
I got it at a garage sale.
Hey, Grammy.
Yeah. Hey, Grammy Karen. And so what we have here is we're starting to move in the modern age, starting to move into a lot of plastics. So we got, plastic tubs, a lot of plastic tubs that look like ceramic tubs. But then we also got buckets and stuff like that, trash cans that people are using. So basically nothing's off limits. But people have been using, been doing container gardens for decorative plants for years and years. And there are a few that have been doing food for years and years as well. And so if you can do any type of decorative plant in a container. You should be able to grow food in a container too.
I'm going to throw a
Indoors and
channel
out.
out. I'm going to throw some of our friends out real quick. If you want to see what can be done by two older people who are beyond intelligent, go check out Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, especially Nurse Amy. That woman can grow a garden, and she's growing all kinds of stuff. And now they are personal friends of both mine and Gil's channels. They've been up here both time on both of our channels. I call them friends, and I don't tell you to go check their channel out because they are friends. It's because they know their stuff when it comes to medical, and her when it comes to gardening. Her Instagram is always filled with gardening stuff
and cooking.
Yeah, they cook eggplant. Yeah.
Now, I can't remember which university this one was from. This
Hey,
photo,
Mom, make it, Mama.
Look at behind
make
there.
it Mama and son. Hey, how's it going? And so basically, what they did is they took like 5-gallon buckets and other containers and buried them.
Too?
Unbroken 1010. Hey, how you doing? And all right, to answer the question, good question here. Good question. Why would you be using so much plastic? Recycling. And you can recycle plastic instead of having to pay for an expensive ceramic ones or whatever.
Hello, Steve.
Steve, Corsair Trainers. There's another one that's a what was it? How many years is he? He's been only in gardening for a couple of years, and he calls himself a novice. So 2 years. So Corsair
he's
Trainers,
starting all over though. He's got new property. He's starting all over.
New property, so he's starting all over at his new property. So that's someone else to go check and watch what he's doing.
Okay.
And did Texas come in?
No, that's the university that did this study.
Oh, the university did the study. Thank you, Al. This is University of Texas, and what's really neat about this is they got a lot of mulch down in between them to hold water in, and they have very little weeding around their stuff, and they produced a lot. And the way it's set up with the drip system, they had very low water usage. Another bonus in the drought times we're in right now.
Yeah.
I see Dicker back there.
Now I want to see.
Hey, that's a surf and turf right there.
Okay, another thing about plastic, unbroken. If you look behind me here, let me move to the side here. These are 55-gallon barrels that are recycled into planters. I cut them in half and recycled them into planters. And the tomatoes that are in there now, from the time I took that picture a couple of weeks ago, are over twice the size of those right now. So they're going nuts over there.
Wow. Beautiful.
All right. The next one here, going to some of the new stuff. They have these soft-sided bags you fill up with soil, and you grow stuff in. And these are becoming the new rage for people in apartments or low space stuff where they need to set stuff up and they don't want to, set a big old. They want something big, but they don't want to get a big old barrel or something to plant stuff in. So they get these bags and stuff. And they also have these new stackable little pouch things. There's several pots together, and they stack. And we'll show some more pictures of those later.
On the bags, they're light when they're empty, easy to fold up. They go up to 55-gallon bags for trees that can plant anything in there.
Yeah, they're great.
Agreed, Mary Beth. I would prefer turtle over sushi any day.
All right. How many of you have been at Walmart or Costco, Sam's Club, Home Depot, Lowe's, and you've seen these 27-gallon black containers with either the yellow or red lids?
Yes.
27-gallon right there. That's like a half a 55-gallon barrel, basically. And so they're square, so you can put it close together, and you can just add to them every year. Add another one if you need to. This one I thought is really cool. I'm not going to get into the thing with Steve right now. Hey, Steve. Oh, Steve, guess what? Sunday I'm coming back to visit California. So what these little black trays thing you can find in Home Depot and Lowe's over where they do drywalling and stuff. They're relatively inexpensive, but this is a great setup. I'm really impressed with the setup. If you look at the one in the back, you can see the crossboards to add support to it, and between each one, there's a crossboard at the top here to keep those boards from bowing out. The only thing I would do a little bit differently, I'd add another shelf down below to put stuff on like tools and its other supplies and everything else. So everything's right there that you need.
It's awesome.
You know, this is an awesome design. I mean, I was highly impressed when I saw this one because these, of course, now with the price of lumber now, it's that's a $500 set right there.
It's horrible.
But the tray,
that amount of lumber right there is probably going to run $500 right now.
That's what he just said. Crazy.
I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So these are the trays, though, are relatively inexpensive. And let's go to the next one here. Hey, 5-gallon buckets. You know, I've seen people throwing these things out all over the place. And some of them have had, you know, like they've had like the drywall or paint in the latex paint. You wash them out. It's clean. Drywall, it's, you know, the joint compound stuff, you know, washes out really easy. It's gypsum, basically. So you can, you know, find these and, you know, use, you know, tons of them. Oh, donut shops get their sugar in it. The sugar slurry for the frosting come in 5-gallon buckets. And
large buckets too.
Large buckets, yeah, bakeries just throw these things away. So you can get basically.
You have a question from Unbroken at 1019.
Unbroken.
1019.
Back up here. Where'd it go? How hard is it to set up a clean water on a piece of land? Why is it so expensive to drill for water? Okay, good, very good questions there. How hard is it to set up clean water on a piece of land? Well, it depends on the land you have, where you're at, and the relatively available of surface water. If there's, hey, Dustin, if there's a creek nearby, you can pump water, you know, from a creek. Wells are expensive to drill because the bureaucracy.
He froze.
I froze again.
There you go. You're back.
The bureaucracy is getting in there, and so now you have to get all these permits to drill for water now, and also they're having to drill deeper.
Yes.
In some areas because the aquifers have either A, been depleted, or B, been contaminated through a number of different sources. It could be, you know, agricultural. It could be industrial. It could be oil drilling and stuff, or, you know, all different things that have contaminated this. It's easier to get to water and they're having to go deeper. Also, just the area. Read at Manifestations of Imagination, another great channel. He's finally getting his stuff straightened out, and he's going to be making more videos. But he's down there in New Mexico. His well. Was it 275 or 475?
475.
475 feet deep to hit water.
That's.
And to answer Michelle's question, Michelle's question was, do they need to be food grade buckets? No. But if you're going to buy buckets like those 5-gallon buckets right there, make sure they're clean. Mm-hmm. If they're not clean, use soap and water. Dawn dish soap. Nothing else. Yeah. Dawn dish soap. It'll cut any bacteria and anything like that in there. Wash them, rinse them, let them sit for a week.
Now, real quick here, so I can get done with Unbroken here. I just lost the name of it. The off-grid up in northern Idaho. Imaginator Wood changed their name. I forget what it is now. And the other one is I just watched a video from them. Basically what they have, a couple of those IBC totes, 275-gallon ones, food grade, that they get water in, and they store it. And they while they're waiting to get their well, they were going into town, buying water, Well, actually, at first they were getting it for free, and then they're having to pay like 50 cents a fill up. Dirt cheap, and doing that for their water.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all the water they had until they got their well in. But there's and some places drilling for well is really easy. Red Poppy Ranch had a spring on their property, went out with a backhoe and just dug near the spring, dug it out.
Wow.
Put in a load of drain rock in the bottom, a couple of manhole barrels, stacked the manhole barrels up, filled with rock around it, and so the water, the groundwater filled that up quickly, and they have more water than they are using. And so that's there's a lot of different ways depending on your land.
There's a ton.
Get water. And if the water table is shallow and it's good clean water and shallow, you can do what's called a sand point drilling and drill it yourself as well. But if you got to go deep, you got to get an oil company, a drilling rig that's made for drilling water, and those rigs aren't cheap, and that's another reason why it's so expensive.
Hey, Ryder Dust, long time no see.
Hey, Ryder Dust.
Ryder Dust. Because they have to go through not dirt, rock sometimes, and that's where it gets expensive.
Yes, yeah, Tim, you're right. There's Martin Johnson just put one in as well. I'm trying to think, Jeremy. Jeremy and his group. I'm trying to remember what their channel name was up there. Tim is from Idaho as well. He's up there with these guys. Dave's at Imagine Acre Wood, and of course. Scott just moved up from California up there to get away from. I'm not going to go into political here, but he's up there, and he has a stream that he gets all his fresh water from too. All right, let's go on to the next one here. So I can get going here, and Tasha can start talking here in a minute here. All right, do your inexpensive, soft-sided little totes, storage totes, you put Christmas lights in and stuff like that. There's another one they built, and there's a 2x4 running underneath the middle of them to help give them support. You don't have to build them up off the ground.
It's awesome.
But that makes it easier on your back to work them.
And it helps keep some of the predators out of it.
The bugs and stuff, yeah. And see, here's some of the other plastic totes and stuff.
Beautiful.
Lot of lettuce and chard. Oh yeah, spinach, good stuff. Now here's some more of those stacking.
Pros.
Okay, thank you. Here's some more of those stacking pots that are each level. This is like a three pot one. It's all connected and it stacks up. And they even have wall ones. So like you're in an apartment and each level is a stack. So you can get however high you can work with. So that's another way to use and space and save on space. Inside, they got the ceramic pots stacked one across the other. I would guess there's down on the floor. They bring in something else to catch water, and you water top once the water just goes right on through. Rain gutter, using a rain gutter. This is indoors. A little. They got basil. They got I can't pronounce that.
Chives.
And they got all sorts of nice little herbs and stuff there. And little pots like this you can have indoors, outdoors, around the house. Especially if you have a south-facing window. I pulled this one up. Actually, Savvy Gardening only keeps so many videos up, and they take them down. But they had one here on growing cucumbers in containers. So hey, Tasha, you're not alone.
Yeah,
growing cucumbers.
I love cucumbers.
Yeah. Now, this one here, my wife just told me when she saw what I was putting this together. She bought 3 of the big ones here in the left-hand picture, and I believe it was 5 of the smaller ones. The big ones are deeper and wider than those other ones we've been seeing, of the stackable ones. And what's neat is they also have these little attachment rings you can get on there to support plants as they grow out. But the top tray here is how you water it. It's a drip, so you fill up it, and it drips all the way through down to the lower ones. And this is Gardener. Gardener is one. Okay, who asked the question?
Michelle.
Michelle? Okay, Michelle. How do you know how deep the bucket needs to be for various root systems? That's a good point. Good question there, Michelle. And I've seen, I think Broussards have talked about that a little bit. I'm not sure if Kathy has talked about it. I know Martha's talked about it. Some plants don't need to have deep root. I mean, you can have it in a shallow pot, and basil, borage, some other stuff, plants you can keep in a smaller pot, and they do just good. Microgreens grow great in smaller pots.
I have one comment.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been watching a lot of people goof up on yams and potatoes. I keep telling them, if you have a 4-foot potato plant and you have a little pot, where did all the growth went?
Yeah.
It went to the top, not the bottom, because a potato plant is a small plant with a vast root system. That's why I keep telling one potato. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Michelle, she pointed up radishes. Depends on the type of radish you're growing. Yeah, the small ones like 1-inch diameter or 2-inch diameter radishes, they can go. If you're planting 1 or 2 in a 6-inch pot, that's fine. If you're doing like I've got growing, and I've showed in some of my videos, I'm going to do an update in a week or so here. The daikon radishes that grow 24 inches long, you need a big, like an IBC tote to grow them in.
Right. If anybody's seen my video, remember, Gil, that I showed everybody? That's why I quit doing the daikon and carrot challenges, because nobody could beat me, because I had one like.
Yeah. But it depends on, you can look at them, and if you check with your university extension program for your state, they have a lot of information, and they're willing to answer questions as far as specific
most
things.
Most counties have a co-op office too that you can contact and get more information from.
Yeah. Aidenir's in the house. Hey, Aidenir.
Hey.
All righty. Okay, for those who don't know, Courtney is Wide Family Farm, and Courtney's husband is Courtney's husband. All right. So, anyways, froze again. Hopefully, next week, the stuff my wife ordered of these Garden Nerd pots will be arriving, and hopefully I'll be able to do a mail call video showing the unboxing of those. Now, there are different, you can see other ones here, stackable ones that you can do.
That one's actually, is it plastic or terracotta?
That's pretty.
This is plastic. It's plastic. This one?
Is it?
That's
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
like
plastic.
terracotta.
It looks like terracotta, but it's plastic. It's too thin. The sides are too thin.
Right.
But you can grow a lot of the small vegetables and stuff are compatible with this way.
That top one actually looks like Kathy from North Star Prep Steader.
Yeah.
That looks like the one she's got right in her office.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It could be. But there's, people do stuff with grow lights, do a lot of stuff, possibility. And I've seen this little device, a lot of ads for this here, showing tons of tomatoes and stuff. You don't want to, overdraw off your nutrients you have in your pots. All right. So
have
in that
a very
pot
good
is-
compost pile.
Right. Those
and
tomatoes-
now we have a bunch of pictures
Just
from
cut everybody off.
Tasha's. Now, Tasha, you started gardening when?
Like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So these are all Tasha's
Dustin.
first-time gardener. So let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. What do you got? A cucumber, but what's in the front one?
Cucumbers. Yeah, so cucumbers in the corner, and then that pot. Remember that metal pot you were talking about?
The tub.
One? I got it at a garage sale, a brown metal one, and it was already cut with holes. And so I just filled it right there with all my herbs when I transplanted. I transplanted like there's 4 herbs there into that big round cylinder down there, and they're doing great. It's like parsley, cilantro, basil, and dill.
Cool.
And it's doing good. Yeah. And when I transplanted them, though, they were so weak and leggy. And I was like, they're not even going to live. And then the bugs just went right to that whole pot. And I was like, oh, my God, they're going to die. And they're beautiful now. I love them.
All right. Peppers. And what do we have here?
So 2 peppers. Types of peppers. And they're doing good.
And they're in 5-gallon buckets?
They're in 3.5. These ones are smaller black buckets, 3.5 gallon with holes. I drilled holes in them, and then they're sitting on top of other empty
There's
buckets
old school
to get them
prepper.
off the ground. Yeah.
Hey, Martha.
Martha.
Martha is in the house, old school prepper. Hey, Martha, if you want to come up here, I emailed you the link today. All right. And so let's see what the next one is here.
So this is like the row that's behind the wall. It gets a little bit of sun in the mornings, and then in the evenings, it's like this. It's kind of shaded. And so I have some more herbs, but these ones in front were store-bought. But behind that is mint. And then it goes on. I have some onions that didn't do too well. And it just goes on and on. I have some avocado seeds that I planted that haven't popped. I basically just have 2x4s because my apartments have rules. So I have 2x4s down, and then I have either the black buckets or the 5-gallon grow bags, like the fabric grow bags that you can roll down.
Cool.
Yeah, they're awesome. I like them a lot.
Yeah, remember, Gil, she's camping this week.
And then
that's right.
And then this is collards, which, okay, so this I started by seeds. And they were like so crappy looking, but I had to transplant them. I knew it was time. They were all rooted. And so I literally was like, they're not going to live. So I just threw them all in this one grow bag because I was like, they're not going to live. I don't want to waste the space. Threw them all together, and they are doing so good. I've had a little bit, like it's like a slug came one night only. I had like 4 or 5 leaves that had little tiny slug trails. I just pulled those leaves off, and he didn't come back. And I mean, they're doing good, but I think this is a cold weather plant, right?
What is it again?
Collards. Yeah.
Collard greens.
Yeah.
Collard greens. I'm not sure. It may be just not. It may be cold or just maybe a cool weather plant.
Yeah.
But it's in the
Cool
shade,
weather.
so it's doing that.
It's a cool weather plant.
Yeah.
Cool weather.
It's doing
All
good.
right.
Very, very good.
Is in Southern California till gets out of the military. She's in the Navy, and your husband's in the Navy or Army. He's Navy as well.
Both Navy.
All right.
Yeah.
Both Navy. Okay. All right. Let's see here. And next one here is.
So this is the onions.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go this year.
Yeah, they're from seed, but they're just But somebody told me they take a while, right?
Yes, and what will happen is like I planted a bunch from seeds. They were small, stringy. They got up about that big around. Some of them I dug up, gave them to my wife to take to California to plant as sets for this year. There was a bunch I left in one of the IBC totes, and it just snowed on them, and they're covered up and everything. I thought, okay, they're dead. All right. Guess what happened about a month ago?
They what?
Some of those onions are about that big around.
Wow.
Yeah. Onions from seed are a 2-year plant.
Okay.
So those are not, you won't harvest those this year. You'll harvest those next year.
Awesome. So that's awesome.
Now, there'll be a sweeter onion too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you go to Old School Prepper's channel, she did a video on her garlic and onions on the seeds and clipping it off when they starting to go to seed. to keep them from. They go to seed, the flavor goes. Bleh.
Okay.
So that's
Courtney said that last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why is they're trying to reproduce, so it drains off all the nutrients out of the bulb.
Okay. Martha also says that she in Oregon has long days where she's at and is able to grow full-size onions in one season. Also, her season is a little bit longer than it is over here where I'm at in some other areas. And some onions can grow quicker than others, so it depends on the type of onion you get.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got here next.
So these are my cucumbers. They're like the best plants I have. I have cucumbers all over. They're getting big. They are the shorter variety overall, though. No, they're not the long ones. Yeah, because I like those little. Well, I love cucumbers anyway, but
Pickles.
yeah, they're so good. And these I planted from seed. I started everything inside because I didn't know what I was doing. So I literally got some cheap cups. I got some seeds. I only picked out seeds of food we ate. I literally stuck them in some dirt. I did get seedling dirt, but I didn't know anything else. I didn't stick anything else in the dirt. I put seedling dirt in, put the seeds in. I got some cheap blue and red LED lights, like really cheap. I kept them inside for maybe 2 weeks, and then the cups started to like mold from the water. So I was like, oh, I got to take them outside. So then I transplanted, but the cucumbers from day one were the first thing that popped. They were strong in the little cups. I was scared to transplant everything because it was, I don't know what I'm doing. And then the cucumbers were the first ones to take off after transplant as well. I had to get a huge, pot and a cage right away because they were like trying to do their thing, and they're super tall. They're just doing really, really good.
Good evening.
I'm super excited to eat them. What happened?
I said good evening to my Aussie garden.
Oh.
Yeah, my Aussie garden kitchen. Hey.
Hi, Daz.
Ryder Des. Yeah, my mom both in Southern California and Northern California had humongous zucchini, and if she didn't pick them and they were hidden, they got so seriously longer than my arm and about that big around. And we would, when they got that big, we just cut them off and feed them to the cows. The cows love them.
They're big.
Wow.
Yeah, and even here in Idaho. If when my daughter had planted some zucchinis and stuff, if she didn't catch them immediately when they were nice, soft, tender, juicy, all of a sudden, boom, in a couple days, he's just ridiculous.
Too funny.
All right, let's take a look at the next one here. What we got? All right, Tasha, are that your
tomatoes?
Tomatoes.
Yeah. So I have some sunflowers up top. I just have some wildflowers. And then right there are my tomatoes. So those cages I literally just put on because the tomatoes were getting out of control. And I've been picking off, like, what do y'all call them? The suckers, like the bottom leaves. Yeah, I've been doing that every day. And
you have to really prune it. You want to grow it tall. So
okay.
Produce better fruit.
So
and
do that sucker thing taller or farther up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what you do is also where it forks, it forks, you get off the main stem, you get a fork off here.
Yeah.
You get another one coming right out of that fork. Yeah. Break those out.
That one out. Okay.
Yeah. That thins it a little bit. That keeps them getting so bushy and gets it to grow taller.
They kind of were just kind of normal. They were growing. They were good. They were normal. But lately, I can tell they're like really starting to branch out and get crazy.
Right.
I'm like,
Homestead Aquarius is in the house, folks.
Right. Hi, Robert. Another thing you have to be careful is blossom rot because people over fertilize with nitrogen. I keep telling people this.
Okay.
0, 10,
you got to balance it.
You have to balance it. 0, 10, 10. Once it reaches this stage, do not give it any more nitrogen.
Okay.
Because nitrogen, you'll get a nice fruit, but the bottom is black, turning brown. Not too good.
Okay.
Okay. CR had to prune some today too. All right. A little tip that several people have been talking about when it comes to tomatoes. Crushed eggshells in the bottom. You get the calcium in there, but also Anthony at Pimento Prepared said a Tums in the bottom, a Tums calcium in the bottom. Yeah, but when you go to transplant the pot or whatever down in the bottom there,
Cool.
basically that also helps stop the blossom rot and the spots on your tomatoes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and all right, so I'm gonna throw some books out here at you guys on
Don't throw 'em too
Amazon.
hard, man. I'm too old to
Yeah.
move.
This is I will show the link here in a second. This is actually going on now on Amazon. A 4-for-1. You get all 4 books, and I'll bring that up here in a second. And let's see.
And that's another person. If you want tips on growing things, go check out Food Forest Permaculture.
Yeah, Howie's
Howie
awesome.
is a savant.
Love
Yes.
his stuff. Love it.
And for indoor stuff, I've seen this book all over the place. People are referring to it by Elizabeth Millard. So that's that, and that's the last one, right? Yeah, that's the last one. So give me a second here to pull that down and bring up. I actually put some of these in the list there. Give me a second. I should have done this before. Baking books. Okay. All right. So here we go again. So right now, the 4-for-1 book offer I showed you the picture of, $2.99.
Wow.
Kindle edition.
Oh, I hate
All right. So you get the
Kindle. I like real books.
Yeah, I do both. I do because I do Kindle because sometimes trying to carry around a lot of books is a lot easier when it's on Kindle.
Easy. Yeah, it's easy.
And so there's a lot. Here's a
back when I had to walk
Gardening
uphill both ways back and forth to school, we didn't have Kindle. We carried the real books.
Oh, me too.
I like real books.
And that Elizabeth Millard book is $19.29 on Prime. Year-round indoor salad gardening. So there's a lot of books that you can get, gardening books. Vertical gardening, everything. So just look for them, and you can find them. They're around.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Everybody's been emailing, Uncle Al, I've been transplanting. My plants are dying. 1, do like Anthony, put a thumb in the dirt. 2, vitamin B1. I keep telling people, it's that bottle says vitamin B1 prevents root shock. And I said, we seen it, but we didn't buy it, Uncle Al. I'm like, oh Lord. So I've been.
Go ahead. Now I'm just going to do something here. I'll go ahead and talk. Okay.
The problem with a lot of people when you transplant, you not doing like whatchamacallit, Martha of Old School Prepper, gently wash it and remove the roots. Most people just pull the plant out of the ground and shove it back in. And I'm looking at
it. They pull it out of the pot and they just break it up and they damage all the roots and stuff.
So bad.
Yeah. That's really bad, folks.
5-gallon pot. This is a patio or container.
Froze. And it has a tomato.
And it has a tomato on it.
What?
They're supposed to be. They are made to be small, but these are container or patio tomatoes for this. And so this one will be getting harvested here in a day or two.
That's awesome.
Probably tomorrow. And so
it's too ripe for me.
My wife brought that. My wife brought that from California for me, and when she went back the last time, she potted and hers took off quicker. I waited too long to transplant it from the small pot into the big one. Got a little root bound, but it had the tomato on it when she gave it to me. So that was the other reason why when it has fruit on it, it stops putting stuff into the foliage and everything.
To the leaves.
So when I pop that off, tomorrow I will. There's also 2 more little blossoms. I'll pinch the blossoms off so it'll get more foliage, grow taller, and then put out.
No, that tomato is too red. I like me some fried green tomatoes.
Go see Colette Fry. She's been doing that for Frank. and you notice how big Frank is.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks, Howie, for putting that up there. If you're new here and you're just joining, please to help me with the YouTube's analytics. Even if it's one of those little short videos, just go watch something and say hi, whatever. That way, YouTube doesn't go, oh, they're just, it's a fake subscribe, and they kick you off, unsubscribe you. Mary Beth, boom, boom. There we go. Mary Beth's, eggshells and Epsom salt in the hole with a tomato. One of the things also, if I did a video on Epsom salt, talk about take a tablespoon, gallon of water, mix it up, and you water once a week with that solution. Don't saturate it, you just water with it, and that helps out a lot of the plants and stuff. Epsom salt is not a salt. It's like bath salt. It's not salt.
Yeah.
And it's
no, bath salts are not for eating.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's magnesium sulfate. That's Epsom salt.
So much uses for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rider Dust, it's probably just the connection between YouTube and your service provider. It happens on my end a lot. I'll see something that looks fuzzy. I'll pause it, walk away for 5 minutes, come back, and it clears up.
Yeah. Just checking the side chat here.
She said nothing like table salt.
Yeah, to eat the tomato, not to put in the dirt.
Yes, girl, that's some salt.
No.
Yeah.
Epsom salt, good for the feet.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So good for the feet.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
after you use it for the feet, feed it to your plants. Here's some foot water, bro.
And Epsom salt, if you read the package, you can take it internally, but it's very specific, and there's warnings about it. You've got to use don't say, oh, if a quarter teaspoon is good, a half teaspoon ought to be better. No.
You'll find out in about 40 minutes while you're running to the bathroom screaming.
Yeah, you won't make the 40-yard dash.
Nope. Okay, folks, because Uncle Al lives in the desert, I have a unit. Everybody calls it the covered wagon. Why I got it? Because I have to retain moisture. And what kills my cucumbers is I have no moisture out here. So every bug, if you watch my video, I have one cucumber plant. It looked like it's been battle scarred and fought rocks. Yeah. That's how dry my air is.
Yeah.
And I start all my seedlings. You can see it in the little bags. I start all my seedlings in the covered wagon, which is 90% moisture in there. But once I take it out, I have a 50-50 chance it'll die in the first 6 weeks because it's so hot and dry in my area. Next week, it's going to be 102 starting, and I'll reach 112. That's in the shade, folks.
Yeah, it's there's so, and here's what's so bad. Al's talking about how dry he is there. Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Idaho, parts of Washington and Oregon, the far eastern portions, and Montana.
It's so dry it froze them up.
We're in drought conditions.
Yeah, Arizona.
You go down to the Broussards in Louisiana.
Arizona's real bad right now.
Anthony over there in the Carolinas, and
down south in Arkansas.
And I'm trying to remember. Simply Jan was on earlier today, and it was raining outside. She goes, "It's raining out there."
Missouri.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Missouri. They are just getting saturated water. It's like we need the water over here. They need to lull some of our dry.
Right. And Boneyards in Mississippi said he needs a boat to get out of work because it's already come up to the workshop. And he said, got to get a little boat and sail home. You can't drive out because it's already that deep.
I would love some.
Hello to Kraken.
Hi, Kraken.
Hey, Kraken. The Kraken. So, one other thing I want to throw up here real quick here. I should have had this ready to go. I don't know why it didn't come up here. I already watched it, so I have to go the long way around.
Hi, Mitz.
Dang it.
Yeah, Mitzi's
Hey,
here.
Vince. Okay.
And let's see. I almost forgot something, but I got to pull it out of my notebooks. Okay, where
There we
did I
go.
put it?
It's that
Okay.
notebook behind the third one under the fifth one beside the eighth one.
Yeah, I know. The one with the flying saucers on it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, folks. This is the problem you're going to see this summer.
Ugh.
Don't forget, we still got mice and rats, sow bugs, earwigs, fleas, ants, ticks,
I don't like none of
silverfish,
it.
bed bugs, you name it, crickets, spiders. They're all coming out in about a week. And right now, I'm not kidding. We have wasps you do not believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
and
right.
also-
So
go ahead,
there it
Bill.
went. Okay. So there I put this in the chat right
There
there.
you go.
Boom.
Thank you.
Gil,
Yeah. Yes.
that 4-book combo. Can you put a link to it in the chat for a few people, please?
Yes, I will. Just a second here. So this is Tasha's channel here, Mama Bear Prepping, and good. You can see red lines. I've been watching them. Good stuff going on there. Good ones and everything else.
Hold on. That second one there, that red line's looking a little bit tiny there, Mr. Gill.
That's because he's an expert already.
That's because I went back and I started watching it a second time because I missed something
Oh,
and I only watched
Yeah,
it partially the
sure,
second
likely.
time.
you
Yeah,
hurt my
likely
teeth,
story.
Gil. Thank you.
And well, hey, Tasha, how many comments do you get from both my channels?
A lot. Every single video.
So I watch your video twice on different one on each channel. So yeah, that's how good good stuff
because
is.
they're good comments. Great information.
All right, so let me pull up the other one here again real quick.
While Gil's doing
Amazon.
that. Don't forget, if you're doing hookah culture, keep an eye for these folks, termites.
Yeah.
You do not want your garden to eat your house.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Because I have
All
a
right.
few people who did hookah culture, and now they have to gas their house for termites, which is kind of funny.
That's horrible.
Yep, cicadas will be coming out here pretty darn quick too. Generation
Yeah.
Z.
Ugh.
So please do
And
not
folks,
eat them if you're
don't
allergic.
eat them.
Yeah, they're like shrimp. If you're allergic to shrimp, don't eat cicadas.
Just don't eat them.
Right.
Just don't. I don't care what the latest fad is. I mean, you don't eat Tide Pods, don't eat cicadas.
Even if they're chocolate covered.
Especially
Okay,
if
that
they're
one
chocolate
went
covered.
in. And
You could eat mealworms, crickets, and stuff because I'm
Yeah,
bound
it came
to
up,
get it.
Gil. Hold
it
on,
came
I
out
got a
good.
better-
All right.
Hold on, I got a better link, I think. Let's see.
The link, that's the
The
link
second
on
one's
there.
bad.
Second one's bad.
Yeah, the link I just put up
Gardening book.
is a much shorter link. So click on the one from Southern Ohio pooping.
Or the first one from Gil.
Yeah. Probably because I put the description of it in there. If I do just the
If you
second
just
one
put the
here.
link, it would have been fine.
Yeah, because of, yeah.
So now you got lots of links to go click. Get to
Yeah.
clicking. Click
All right.
it, click
Click something.
And basically, yeah, what I did is I just on Amazon, I just put or search for container garden books. And so there's a bunch of them. There's some real cool ones that came up there. And we're getting close to the top of the hour here. And
Yeah, I got 2
Dave,
it. Huh?
do you have what's your topic for Tuesday?
Oh, I know some people are going to be super excited. Others are going to be, oh, come on, man, do something.
Okay.
It's going to be air in you.
Bear in you?
No, air.
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 Mhm.
Air all around.
But
us.
there's a
And-
hidden
oh.
meaning behind it. I can neither
Oh.
confirm nor deny, Mr. Gill.
Okay. Defense
Yeah.
tapes.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
Could be.
Cool.
or hunting.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
And
Maybe.
yeah, okay, so that's what's coming up at 9 o'clock on Tuesday for Southern Ohio Prepping. Then at 10 o'clock on Gray Man Prepping, my other channel, is Tactical Tuesday. And the topic is 2021 fire season. Fires likely to break records.
It's gonna be
And
crazy.
so we're going to
Yes.
and so we're going to be talking about all sorts of fire stuff coming up, things to do, things not to do, defensible spaces, when to evac. Like Steve, who never bugged out when the fires got too close to his house.
Yeah.
It wasn't an It wasn't a bug out. It was a temporary relocation to a safe
It
haven.
was a tactical retreat due to
Yes.
circumstances.
If you
The
gotta
grandma's
leave, you gotta
house.
Oh no, not retreat, a tactical withdrawal.
leave.
The grandma's
Withdraw.
house.
No, see, I'm man enough to say retreat when it's time to retreat. You retreat.
When it's
Right.
I ain't gonna
fire,
sugarcoat it for all them snowflakes. I retreated, doggone it, to protect my
Okay,
white
I
butt.
have to bring up an important one because I'm the only one here that got burned out by a wildfire. If you're going to buy fire insurance, do it now because it ends in June.
yes.
If you don't buy it now,
Yes.
end of June,
You
you
can't
don't
get
get
in.
fire insurance until October.
Mhm.
He's right.
The
100%.
Fire
And don't assume
fire
you have
season
it
has-
with your insurance.
Yeah,
Yes.
fire season has started early this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
So,
already
I
massive
mean-
fires in Arizona and Colorado and New Mexico.
It's gonna be a doozy.
California, Oregon.
And there's gonna be no power.
No.
They're gonna turn the power off to combat it. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
And-
because y'all drawing too many pieces of power units down there and your ACs and stuff trying to
Yep.
stay cool. So we're gonna shut the power off so we don't start
Yeah.
no more fires.
and when the wind comes, they get real scared and they'll
Oh,
just
that-
turn
the
it right
Santa
off.
Ana
Yeah,
winds are
that's the
nasty.
Santas. Yep.
Yeah.
Santa Ana's are nasty. The
Try driving a
Yeah.
semi over Donner when the Santa Ana winds are coming up blowing around.
Nah.
Yeah, you got trailers wobbling like this. It's like I can see air under my back of my tires.
I've seen trucks going from LA to Vegas when the Santa Ana's came up on that old highway. The highway it was kind of like a roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go to peak, all of a sudden trucks lean. They go down, they straighten out, they come up again, lean. Oh yeah,
So bad.
it was scary.
Mm.
So, alrighty, we've hit the top of the hour. Thank you, Tasha, for joining us. You're welcome
Thank
anytime
you.
you want.
Thank
And
you.
anytime we don't send you the link and you want to come up, just say in the side chat, hey, send me the link. And we'll put the link out there for you.
Thank you.
All righty. And so anyone, hopefully you got something out of the day that you can grow a garden
Yes.
in containers.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a 55-gallon barrel cut in half. It can be a 5-gallon black bucket, a 3.5-gallon black bucket. Hey, I bet you can take this trash can and
Yes.
plant in it.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like
Hey,
I'm starting
that
to get
was-
some rain here. Yay.
Oh, I love the rain.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
All
We
righty,
got most
so
of it growing in our grass over here. We don't need no more rain.
Yeah.
Send it over here.
All right.
Right.
I tried.
Also, special
I
coming
tried-
up here
ahead.
coming up after Tactical Tuesday on Wednesday.
He's frozen.
Froze.
That's the
Froze.
special.
Okay. All right. The 16th is my 2-year anniversary for Camppatton Family Compound on YouTube.
Go for it.
And Courtney at Wide Family Farm has me on as her guest, like Tasha was last week, or this week on Wednesday. And so next Wednesday, I'm going to be on there.
Can't
And so you
wait.
can find out a little bit more about me, and she's going to try to pry some secrets out of me. So, so there's going to be the pre-party video for an hour before a Wide Family Farm, and then we're going to have after being on Wide Family Farm, then we're going to go back to Camppatton, and we're going to have just an open chat, and anybody who wants to come up will be coming up, and we'll just have a good, fun time.
Mama Bear,
That's
I
what's
tried
coming up.
sending y'all some water, but Governor Newsom said he wanted to tax me $2.5 million per raindrop. Nah, I said no.
Just send us
sorry.
containers. We'll fill them up.
Yeah. And WD, you can send the rain down here. We need it.
WD's in the house. Oh, WD, Glock and roll. Hey, I didn't see you slide in here. Too busy.
Yeah, he snuck in about the
great
last minute
guy.
and a half.
Yeah, great guy. He sent some great things up there during the fires last year. He was going around checking on all his neighbors' properties, trying and doing stuff, helping people out. So
That's
great
awesome.
guy. All righty. So with that, we're going to end this now. And as always, everyone, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared, and plant something if you can.